Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me this morning. And I want to talk to you about HR analytics and how we can implement them into our business, but also their importance. Um, and you may ask yourself, why? Why do we want to look into these numbers, these metrics? And it really helps us measure the success, productivity, and different areas of opportunity for our company. It allows us to make decisions that are based on data and tangible evidence. So we can really understand the trends and what is going on in our business. It tracks the impact of our HR policies and practices. So we want to have policies and practices that are effective, that are impactful for our team members. And this is a really great way for us to measure that. And it also serves as a valuable tool for recruiting. So it helps us track applicants, track withdrawals from the process, or how long applicants spend in certain steps of the process. So very, very thorough and useful information. Now, how do we get this information? How do we get these numbers? So I recommend us using Workday as our human resources information system. It's great because everything lives in one place. So all of our team member information is there. We can have the business process management there as well. So any kind of separations, corrective actions, everything lives in there for us to see. Reporting and analytics is huge. They do an amazing job at being able to give us very thorough reports in real time, which is what we need to implement our analytics. We can look at absent management, talent optimization, talent acquisition, and also it's very user friendly as it is for the managers, also for team members. So they can go in there, look at their benefits, their pay, their time off. They can look at anything that they need to. They can complete tasks through there, so it makes it easier for them to be engaged with us as well. There are 3 points that I wanted to focus on today, and I want to talk about turnover, employee engagement, and employee wellness. So starting with turnover. What is turnover and how does that affect us? So turnover is measured by how many employees have left the company. And we can calculate that by the number of employees who have left divided by the average workforce size times 100. And that gives us our turnover rate. There are 2 types of turnover that we can look into: voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary means that they parted ways with us, and involuntary means that we parted ways with them. What is great to know about turnover, not just the percentages or what our target is, but it's important to look into why people are leaving the company. So in Workday, and I pulled this up as a reference, you can go into detail as to the reasons that people have left. So that helps us get in front of it, right? That helps us understand if it's management, if it's our benefits, if it's our pay, if it's job abandonment, and why. So really looking at this monthly is going to be a crucial metric for us to see how we can prevent and how we can correct. And turnover has many costs and implications to it. We look at separation costs, replacement costs, training costs, and not to mention lost productivity. So I pulled up some numbers that you can see how expensive it can truly be to have exit interviews or separation pays, unemployment tax, or when we bring new team members, right? How expensive it can be to train them, to go through the training literature, to go through orientation. So all of these things are important for us to understand that we can't eradicate turnover, but if we can control it and diminish it, then that would be ideal. Leading into employee engagement. So employee engagement is the measure of commitment of an employee to the organization. It means how satisfied they are with us, how likely are they to stay, and a lot of factors go into measuring that employee engagement. So we can look at work-life balance, economic security, autonomy, company culture, and the challenge of the job, and if there is opportunities for growth, and if they are developing. So how do we measure employee engagement? There are 2 ways that I recommend us measuring it. So we can look at pulse surveys, which are smaller surveys, and we can do 1 per quarter for the first year until we are really on track and we have a pulse, hence the name on our team members, and see what their expectations are, what their comments is. And then a formal survey, I would recommend to do that 1 per year. So that'll be more thorough, about 25 to 30 questions. And Workday would help us track this, which is a great thing. So we can look at our engagement score, we can look at our participation, our score over time. Where are we going up or down and why? And different categories, right? So we can include work life balance, we can include health and benefits, and they can rate us in that. And I think surveys are so wonderful because some team members are not very comfortable in coming up to you and saying what they feel or how they feel. But through this, we can really give them a safe space to voice those concerns. We can also look at the participation rate, right? If we don't get a substantial amount of participation, then maybe we would have to pivot. But I think that this is a really good measure for us to look into how engaged our employees are. And lastly, I want to talk about employee wellness. So, what does that mean? Wellness goes beyond just the standard, here's your health insurance type of program, right? There's more to it. There's policies, there's support designed to keep our employees healthy and happy. And if we look at stress, so work related stress is the leading workplace health problem. We all experience it, we all see it, it's tangible. And it can lead to productivity loss, right? So if our team members are not healthy, they're calling out, they're not coming to work, it can have a big monetary impact. So here it can cost up to $225 billion or $1,600 per employee each year. That's productivity lost. So it does have a big financial impact. But what are some of the benefits of having a wellness program or multiple wellness programs? So healthy employees incur lower health cost. We will spend less money on health insurance or health related cost. Employees who take advantage of the wellness programs are more productive. They are more active, mentally active. They are healthier. So, and healthier employees attract healthier applicants. They want to join the organization because we have all of these really great benefits that help them. And some wellness programs that we could consider or look into, right? We have flexible hours, fitness incentives and efforts, employee assistance programs, which are very popular. We can look into mental health and different apps that they can use that is private and that they have support. And we can look at preventative healthcare and stress management. And how do we measure our benefits of our wellness programs, right? So the first thing that we can look at is reduced absenteeism. So absenteeism has negative impacts into the organization, right? They can lead to lost productivity, decrease revenue, lower quality of work, and employee burnout. Healthy employees are less likely to miss out on work. So absenteeism is calculated by the days or hours missed divided by the average workforce size times the working days or hours. So that can give us a rate, right? And if we see that rate decline based on the efforts that we've put in place, and that can show us that our programs are working, that we are seeing that our employees are utilizing them and therefore they're healthier, which leads to less days missed due to health problems or personal issues. And then we can also look at participation rates. So we want to look at if we're putting these incentives in place, if we're putting these programs in place, how many of them are actually using it? Is it effective? Is it something that is being discussed, something that they know we have, right? So Workday can really help us track this too. On this dashboard, you can see how many team members are participating in different wellness programs. We can also see the cost of our benefits and what those premiums are. So really good for us to keep track and see how our team members are doing when it comes to their health. But this concludes my presentation on these three topics that I think are very important for us and for our team members as well. I want to thank you for your time, and hopefully we can put this into place. Thank you.